Hi. Well, now we've got the ark settled on top of Mount Ararat, and Noah and his family have come down. They made a altar to worship the Lord and thank Him for all He's done. And then they started to split up in a brand new world. And as they started to split up, people increased and grew, and the world grew bigger and bigger. And but it was all one language. So they said, well, let's build a city, and let's build a big tower. It wasn't so much of a tower. Archaeologists have found out it was more like a ziggurat. You know, it's one of these kind that go up in steps like that. It was, in fact, in the original translation, the people said, let's build a tower that represents the heavens. And it got translated into the King James, let's build a tower that goes up into the heavens. But the original translation says, let's build a tower that represents the heavens. And believe it or not, they started building it, and they wanted to put the zodiac on top of it. That was their intention. You got to do a lot of reading, but anyway, God was not happy with this at all. Here He had brought them so far, and the Tower of Babel today sits in present Iraq. That's because Noah's kids and their kids and their kids, they moved down to a place called Mesopotamia. And Mesopotamia was down in a plain. And that's where even the city of Babylon started. You've heard of also the Tower of Babel. But if you look it up, even on Google today, you can find that tower. It's all broken down and everything. But God was not happy because they were building that tower. And so He said He was going to confound their language. Everybody spoke the same language, but He made everybody's language start to change, and they couldn't figure out what each other was saying in the middle of building this Babylonian idiot thing. So God changed their language, and if they said they needed a saw or a hammer, they didn't know how to ask the guy next to them for it. They couldn't finish the tower, so the tower never got finished. And that was then called, through the years, we've called that the Tower of Babel, because the people were babbling at each other. They didn't know what they were saying. But the point is, God hated cities that forgot. They started worshiping the stars instead of the one who made them. And so God messed up their language and spread them out so He could be alone with them and talk to their heart instead of just getting ideas for themselves, what they wanted to do in their mighty city that they were building. So that's the history of the Tower of Babel. It went from Noah, they went down to the kids, down in the plains of Mesopotamia, and to the land of Shinar, and then they started building the Tower of Babel because they wanted to worship the stars, today's present zodiac. That's what they wanted at the top. Okay, that's it for today. You can look all of this up. I always give a scripture reference at the top of where we are in Genesis right now, but we're going to go through all the Bible stories. Have a wonderful evening. Love you guys. Bye-bye.